Hello everyone. We are glad to announce some extensions to our existing RM SCADA module, which allows you to monitor any ignition parameters on remote dashboards using the PubNub cloud services. And you can visualize the various tag values on a remote HTML page. So now we have extended this module with ability to visualize your own HTML, create your own HTML page and communicate with Ignition through the PubNub cloud. So it's something similar to the RWS module, but that works with on a local area network through WebDev module, whereas this is through the PubNub cloud services, so that you can integrate an HTML page from any remote location. So you can interact, you can there's a two-way communication possible. You can change the values into the ignition through this HTML page. So the basic procedure, basically it is the RM SCADA GitHub repository has been modified to include some additional files, and the procedure is given in this page from here. PubNub Remote Web Services, we call it PRWS. So when you download this zip file and follow the procedure given in this page in the previous section, so procedure is the same, but now the download will contain some additional files. So these are the three additional files: one JavaScript file, one HTML file, and this is the second HTML page that contains some of the HTML elements, just like the RWS module. Now these are the additional files that have been added into the repository, and some of the projects have been modified. So this project is for the Ignition 7.9, and this is for Ignition 8. So when you import these projects into a new project called whatever name you want to give, then the new PubNub scripts will be, the new Python scripts will be included in the project, and the procedure for executing remain the same for just like for the RMS module. And then we have to open the HTML page which contains our HTML content like dashboards and some input buttons, and that will be able to communicate with. So we'll just see a demo. So we have we have the new scripts, which basically interact with it uses the PubNub class library, and it directly communicates with the Ignition server. So there is no servlet or any other interface required. So this is the flag defined. You have to basically start the PubNub service, and you can see the log file contains PubNub started successfully, and now we are ready to visualize our dashboards. So if you open this from this location, once your downloads, if you right click and open in a Chrome browser, you get this page, and I'll have to refresh this because this is a demo version which works for 5 minutes. So here we have got a login feature, so we have to some few users have been defined. So, so once you successfully log in, this page is displayed. And as you remember from the RWS demo, we can change the value. This changes to 55, 65, 75, and with this it changes to 50, 60, 70, and the refresh cycle is 5 seconds. So this communication is taking place through the PubNub cloud, whereas the RWS module, it was through WebDev. So there is no WebDev involved in this. Uh, so in addition to that, the states table also is refreshed. So if I press refresh, it will show me the latest values of the ignition tags, or I can set it to auto refresh mode. So automatically it will update every 5 seconds. And with this flag, I can only see the tags that are in alarm condition or violate the limits. So this is same as uh, the RM SCADA module, but this works along with side by side with the HTML and even the remote dashboard. No, for the dashboards to update, we have to set this flag timer to on. Whereas the HTML page update will take place even without starting the timer. So now you can see the timer has started. This dashboard is from the Eon project of PubNub. Whereas this is our own HTML page where we have configured using some freeware open source libraries. So you can create your own dashboards, but this is what is given by the PubNub. So and there's another HTML page which is the simpler one. I'll have to refresh this because otherwise the update will not take place after 5 minutes. So I have to refresh, and once again it will ask for login. Yeah, so here if I click this, it will set this value to 55. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's all about this module. Yeah, so you can find a lot of good uses of this. Suppose if you have to remotely read or write some values from a edge device or any other device into ignition gateway directly through the PubNub module, then this HTML pages can be made use of. So you can find some good uses of this this module. And yeah, that's all about this module. And we have temporarily suspended the geolocation module because there were some issues. So this HTML GLS, the geolocation tracking feature has been suppressed for the time being from this repository. So this is just for information.